Hey Leonard, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good to see you. Thank you. Were you at all disappointed with the Pro Bowl voting and not being honored?
I don't really want to say too much about it, but I just feel like I had a pretty good season this year. Uh, but I mean, I think it is what it is. It's all fan voting, popularity thing, and I'm just excited for the guys who made it on our team. James and Evan.
Do you have any other questions? Ed?
Hey Leonard, how are you? Merry
Good.
Christmas.
Thank you. You too.
Hey, playing Baltimore this weekend, and we know what kind of an athlete Lamar Jackson is. Um, does it make it even more difficult because they use him so much on runs up the middle? I mean, most quarterbacks do the zone read stuff to the outside.
Yeah.
Just the variety of ways they run with him. Does that make it even more complicated?
Yeah, I think it does make it a little more difficult, but also if you just play disciplined football, which is what we're really focused on this week, is just playing like old school disciplined football, like gap for gap. If you're on the backside, stay on the backside type of thing, because what makes it difficult is they'll give you the same block, but run like three different directions out of that because of the way they run the option in the backfield. So if I start to get nosy and I feel like they're running it to my left like over and over with the same blocking scheme, and all of a sudden I try to jump my guy and go to the left gap, and Lamar keeps it and he comes to my right, then that's when we can get all out of whack. So I think that's when it's just a really disciplined type of football game.
Thank you. Art?
Hey, along those same lines, for for the mindset, I know your mindset doesn't necessarily change every week, but knowing that one mistake and this is a quarterback who can make you miss and make you miss badly, does that make you approach the game any differently in terms of assignments, responsibilities, but also just the idea of look, you're an instinctive football player too. I mean,
Yeah, right.
does he make you fight your instincts? I guess a little bit.
Sometimes I think it's just knowing your opponent. I mean, you're obviously going to have your own football instincts and be a football player and try to make plays, but all within the framework of the defense and what we're being taught through that week. Like we just have to trust the rush plan, trust the run plan, and how we're going to get after them. And just trusting the game plan and trusting each other up front is going to be able to contain him and get after him a little bit. And what you mean about the trust in your athletic ability? Sometimes, if I'm going against a different guy who can't make a play on his feet, I'm more willing to like try a bunch of different stuff. With this
Right.
guy, I have to like really focus on, staying in my right on my right keys and playing a little bit differently.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Zero?
Hey, Leonard, happy holidays early. Um, I have two questions. One, with Baltimore, they're traditionally a pretty physical team. Do you like that kind of game, and do you feel like you guys have to out physical them on Sunday?
Yeah, I do like those type of games, especially around this time of year. It gets even more physical. Just last week was pretty much the same. We knew that they were going to try to run the ball, and we knew that it was going to be a physical game. And, we're basically, treating it like we have to, this is a big game, big physical game, and, everyone just has to be ready for that.
Just as a follow up, 2 weeks ago, you guys were very much in the driver's seat for the division, which had everybody pretty fired up. And now you're facing potentially elimination this weekend.
Mhm.
How disappointing would that be if you cannot stay alive this weekend, given where you were 2 weeks ago?
I mean, it'll be a little disappointing, not looking in the past or looking in the future or anything like that. But, obviously we want to have a winning season and, not to think about playoffs or anything like that. But we're basically treating it like the playoffs right now. We know that what's at stake, and we know that we have to, win these last two games basically to go into the playoffs. So starting now is basically, our playoffs, and, that's kind of how we're treating this game.
Leonard, I don't know when we're going to talk to you next, but what have you thought about your time here with New York? Is this a place you want to stay, and have there been any conversations about keeping you here past this season?
I mean, so far there hasn't been any conversation that I know of, but I mean, I just try to control what I can control. I've been enjoying my time here so far. I love the guys on this team. I love playing with these guys. I built a relationship with a lot of the players on the team. I love the direction of where it's going with this new coaching staff. And I've been proud to be a Giant for however long it has been. If it ends this year, then it ends this year. But either way, I've been happy to wear these colors and play this season. And it's been fun being a part of this defense and this team.
What would be your thoughts if they? I guess they could tag you again if they wanted to, right?
What's that?
If they tag, they could tag you again if they wanted to, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
So what would be your thoughts if that happened again?
I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna just have to focus on that when it comes around. I still have 2 more games to play, and then a while with the off season until anything like that plays out. So I don't know. I really haven't been thinking about any contract stuff, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yep.
Last one. Here's that.
Hey, Leonard. I was wondering, this is the first full season you, Dalvin, and Dexter have played together since you came halfway through last year. How do you feel like you guys have grown together? How do you feel like as a group you've played, especially recently, and kind of how's that bond grown between the 3 of you?
Yeah, I've absolutely loved playing with these guys. We're all pretty much on the younger side. Dex is the youngest one in the group. But I feel like we definitely built a bond together. Have a pretty stout D line up front, and we all have different attributes, which we knowing each other, we could play off of each other's attributes, and I think it's a great thing when you can build some type of chemistry like that with the guys up front, or in any group, honestly. But it's been fun playing with them.